the kitchen of intrigue, Kurt Jackson and Chris Callell are cooking up a batch of mystery soup.
Each episode serves a new blend of tips, tactics, trends, and tales from the business and design sides of the escape room world.
So grab your spoon, because this episode starts in 3, 2, 1.
Mystery soup.
Hey, welcome back. This What?
Hey. We both do it though, because every episode I listen to him and we're both like, oh, how do you start this? I gotta look cool. This is how we're starting a thing, and we're both like, what up? Or hey. We both try something
It's
random.
It's kind of like just getting yourself into that state, you know?
It's a little nerve-wracking.
It is, even though it's just us and all these people listening. But yeah. No, it is. I never know how to start.
I was thinking this, so random side note. I watch these people on TikTok all the time that do podcasts, and they're in like big couches and comfy chairs and got a nice little studio. When do we get to that point, Kurt?
When we start
studio
getting sponsors and asking for people to join a Patreon, and we are not getting paid to do this. We do this on our own time.
You don't get paid to do
for
this?
Free, right? I need to get on that bandwagon. I have no idea how to get sponsors and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're not worthy.
Yeah.
But so this week we're doing something a little different.
It's my favorite. We
are not having a guest. We are doing what we call magazine edition. Because magazine, when you open a magazine, there's still magazines, right? People still get magazines.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they have them at Walmart. I never get any, so I don't know.
So when you look at a magazine, they have different articles, different topics. And that's kind of what we're going to do here. We have 10 different topics. Chris and I will go back and forth with each topic. He's got 5, I've got 5. And then on the second magazine edition, when we have that, we will switch. And I will take his 5. Flippy floppy. All right, you ready to jump into this, or
let's do it. I got my 5 ready.
All right. Let's see. What's our first topic? Our first topic
is
marketing. Marketing. We have just started doing this. We'll see how it goes. But the other night, actually, Chris, Tina and I went to a trivia night.
Yes.
And
were you disappointed they weren't as good as mine?
Your trivia is good. I thought about putting the whole trivia thing in here, but I was like, I can't think of trivia questions because your trivia is fun. In fact, Chris sells his trivia.
StealThisStuff.com.
It's like PowerPoint, right?
It is. Or Keynote, but yeah, it's all PowerPoint.
Or Keynote,
ready
right?
to go.
Yeah. No, those are good. Especially if you do anything with families or kids, like an event type thing.
Feel free. I mean, anytime you want to do trivia, you can steal mine and use it. So
yeah. Well, we went to this trivia night, and at this local brewery, and there were two separate games. Tina is definitely better at random trivia than I am, especially if it's like history and that type of thing. So the first game, we did okay. We were like about middle of the pack of the 10 teams that were playing. The second one, we got second place. What? And we got a little gift card. Yeah. We were both shocked. But we got a gift card to the brewery, it was like a $10 gift card. It wasn't big, but it was something. And one of our...
You guys don't drink, so what are you getting at the brewery?
Well, I mean, we don't drink beer.
And
so we did get a couple of, they had one called the Chubby Unicorn. It was a smug brewery right down the street. And we love the whole Chubby Unicorn, basically a rhinoceros thing. And so we're like, we got to get that. we got to try that. And then there was another one that we tried.
Was it a beer?
It was a
Or was it a
beer.
cocktail?
It was a
Yeah.
beer.
Did you like it?
No. I mean, if I were a beer drinker, yes, you could tell the fruitiness of it and stuff like that, but we're just not beer people.
Nope.
And they're a brewery. They didn't have mixed drinks or anything like that. So yeah, we got our two things and they barely sipped the couple hours we were there, right? Anyways, one of our staff mentioned that, hey, maybe you should offer a gift card to the escape room as a prize. And Tina loved that idea. She reached out to 5 different places that did trivia, and they were all like, yes, please. So we're going to try giving 2-player gift cards as prizes to these trivia nights. I'll let you know how it goes.
See if that works. We went to a brewery in Wisconsin. It was the place we went with you guys and had brunch or breakfast buffet or whatever that one day, but they had the time we went before we went, and they had a flight, and it was like, I feel like it was like 20 different kinds of beer. There was like candy flavored, there was straw, like, let's get it. Maybe we will find one we like. Not one single one. And they were full flights too. So the guy's like, oh, are you guys done? Yeah. He's like, you're not going to finish this? Like, nope, we tried them all, didn't like any of them. So coffee flights. If a coffee house would like to do a coffee flight, that'd be interesting.
But we're not coffee or tea drinkers either.
Something's wrong.
So do you have water flights?
What are you drinking? Water
soda flights?
I do at camp. We have soda flights at camp.
Your what do you call the drinks? Fizzies. Explain what a fizzy is.
I mean, it's essentially a soda that we mix different flavors in to make a different soda. So it's still fizzy. So like we have one that's like a butterbeer flavored. We use cream soda, butterscotch, vanilla, and sweet and creamy creamer to make it taste like a butterbeer. Or we have one called a mermaid that is Sprite, and there's blue raspberry and coconut, and I think vanilla that goes into
What are those?
that.
What are the flavor things that you put in coffee a lot?
Are you talking like the syrups? Or
Yeah.
So we used to use, when we first started this, what got us started is we bought those little like those little packets of flavoring that you're supposed to like get for your water, because wants to just drink water, and that's how we started it. We're like, oh, I wonder if these would taste good in soda. Since we moved camps, we just get all like these syrups, like the Torani.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So you still use those?
Oh yeah, we got tons of those.
Yes. One of the things that we have been looking into is possibly selling alcohol for like events and that type of thing, but like pre-made, right? Because getting an alcohol license for mixed drinks it's difficult. So, things that are already packaged, whether it's like cans or bottles of beer, or there are some mixed drinks that are already packaged, that type of thing. But, that's getting an alcohol license.
Yeah.
And I keep telling Tina, let's do fizzies. Let's offer fizzies. Your staff can be little mixologists.
Yes, they can have fun.
And everybody can have them. No matter what, you don't have to be 21 and over. And so, I love the whole idea of those. But cool. Anyways, that's besides the point.
Totally off subject.
Trivia.
All right, I'm next. Events. All right. Fizzy party. I didn't know. I should put that down. I don't have that. I was trying to think because I run a camp. I don't run an escape room. So I was trying to think what would make it cool, what would be kind of fun and different. And if you kind of held a themed party. And so one of my ideas was you have this spy room. Actually, you just closed down your spy room, your Agent Zen.
Yeah.
But if you had like a spy room, you could do a cool like retro spy themed party, things like that. You can have all this stuff going on. People can do the room, they can hang out the party, just kind of have like these fun events. If you have a liquor license, you can have cocktails that are like themed and named after secret agents, or you can do mocktails, I guess, if you don't have
totally.
It.
So like a themed event on.
But themed event, but like even put like little puzzles and stuff around the room. And so in my head, this is a great introduction to some people. So maybe someone has come and done your spy room, like, oh, they're having a spy party. I'm going to invite my friends who've never done an escape room. They're going to come. And it's a little more friendly, fun atmosphere. Just kind of have that little party going on. And I mean, you could type that this is just a spy one, but any of your rooms, you can have a Halloween kind of party, or you can do you got your scary room, or if you have
like a heist
superhero. Yeah, we have our superhero rooms.
Yeah.
So you dress up like superheroes, but kind of
like
throw
that.
a party around your rooms.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good idea. Our next topic is a favorite tool. And one of my favorite tools that I have, or pieces of equipment, is a plotter. And a plotter is just a big printer. And on that, you can print poster-sized things, which is exactly how I just used it, was to make posters for each of our rooms that we could hang in the lobby.
Okay.
And
explain this to me, because I keep seeing these and I've almost bought one.
Okay.
But I don't. Do they just print black and white, or do they print color?
It's like it's a printer. It's just
printer.
Yeah, huge. Huge. It's poster size, so 24 inches across.
Where do you get paper for that?
Amazon.
And how do you buy ink? Like, is it like special
Amazon? I mean, they come in like the same, almost kind of the same size inks as you would for a regular printer. They're not too much bigger, but
is it ink or toner?
No, it's ink.
Okay.
Yeah, it's ink. So the other thing I want to kind of get at some point is a vinyl cutter, so that you can cut
that too. So what is
vinyl.
That's like a Cricut machine, right?
Yeah, in a way, yeah. It's a big one, but you can cut out different shapes and stuff, vinyl. So yeah, I guess you could kind of think Cricut can do a little bit more though, but yeah. Anyways, the plotter is very cool. You get different paper, so you get like a glossy paper, you get sticky paper, so it just makes it like a big sticker. Problem is, it doesn't cut. Like, so if I want to something round, it cuts straight, which unfortunate. So you have a vinyl cutter, you can cut shapes and that type of thing. But
I mean, does it look good, or does it look like a big piece of printed paper? Like, does it look like a poster, like I would buy at a store?
It does, because so I printed it on regular paper. I should have done the glossy, but I printed on regular paper. Once you put in the frame with kind of that, not glass, but the plastic in front of it, it does look like a movie poster. Really? And it's all kind of how you design it, right? So I definitely used AI. I used Dolly, and then I took it into Canva to put text in it, and it looks good.
That's awesome. I'll have to check that out. Dolly, you need to get rid of Dolly. That's old news now. New Chat GPT 4.0 has been super impressive.
Yeah, has it?
So I am very excited about it.
What have you done? With
I do stuff for escape bags all the time. And so this is my tool for another week though, so I can't give it away too much.
Okay, gotcha. Next time.
Another time.
Well, then the next topic is staff. Do you have something for staff?
Yes, so I have staff. So this is actually something you did. So I'm hoping I'm not stealing an idea from you in the future. But you did this with your staff at your guys' last place, and I loved it. And I have been wanting to do it ever since. I don't have an escape room staff, but I want to do it with my camp staff. You held a contest for escape bags.
Oh, yeah,
so kind of showed them what an escape bag was. It's an escape room in a bag. And then they had to come up with a design of their own. And you sent those to me to vote on, and I picked the best one. And it was, I mean, I'm like, I love this idea, because then you just have more people coming up with ideas for you. That helps. But I think the staff liked it. I don't know what they won. I don't remember. You had some kind of prize for them. Yeah. And then you made the bag, and it was there. And so they kind of got to, there's a little bit of clout, like, that's my escape bag.
Right.
And so love that idea. I think it's that's what I would do with my staff if I had a room.
You should. I mean, you make those escape bags all the time.
I do. In fact, funny enough, I have one of my staff working on an escape bag right now. And there's so many things that are coming up. I can't give up. Okay. It's next time. Next time we're going to discuss it. So I can't give away too much.
All right. So my next topic is resource. a resource that would be good to share or use. Now, most people who are listening to this are going to know about Facebook groups, but that's going to be my resource because I get so much good stuff from the Facebook groups. And I'm not talking about the enthusiasts, I'm talking about the owners groups. There are a couple of Facebook owners groups that are really good, get a lot of engagement, a lot of conversation about all kinds of different topics. And it's also a good way, some of the people I reach out to, I DM if I have specific questions. And so it's a good networking tool. And some people just don't like Facebook. I get it. But I haven't seen anything that is as good as far as what Facebook does. Unfortunately, there's a lot of things I don't like about it, true. But if you're not in the Facebook groups, the owners groups, if you're an owner, definitely get in there. If you're an enthusiast listening, Facebook enthusiast groups. There's one for international. There's one for, there's a bunch of local ones for your area, different Facebook groups, but check them out.
Cool. My next idea is a theme idea. And so this is actually a theme I want to do for one of my escape bags. But if I had the room, I would do this as a room. It's called the Lost Unicorn.
Oh,
so our story for it that we've already created is Sparkle is missing somewhere in the enchanted forest. Without Sparkle's sparkly magic, the forest colors are fading. Find the unicorn whistle to call her back home. So my idea
is this
for
a
room,
lost? Is this the lost unicorn or lost My Little Pony?
I mean, it's a little both. Aren't they? Some of them are unicorns.
I guess they're little horses. Yeah.
I need to look.
Sure.
Are any of them named Sparkle?
I feel like it is.
I better look there. I may have to change that name. I'm not up on my Little Pony anymore. My girls are too old.
Brody.
But I thought in an escape room it'd be really fun. So your first room, you're kind of in a fantasy forest, very colorful, bright, happy colors. You're solving puzzles. You have the storyline that the unicorn's gone missing. Colors are fading. You go into the next room, and it gets a little darker. Like you saw the colors, but everything's a little bit darker, a little
muted,
more sad. Yeah, and you're still solving puzzles. The next room in, you're very gray. Everything's grayscale. There's no colors at all. And it's like, oh, this is, we're really sad. And then the final room is all white. And in fact, there is I think it's a faux restaurant in Florida that makes it look like a coloring book inside. Everything's black and white in the way they've drawn things. It looks like a coloring book.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's how I would design the last room. It would look exactly like a coloring book. All the colors are missing. You still have the trees and stuff, but they're white and, with black outline and things like that. And then when you find the whistle, you find whatever at the end, all the different spotlights and colored lights would come on. And so it would light up the room with lots of different colors.
Oh, nice. Exciting. Yeah. That would be fun.
That would be a fun room. The kids would love it. And adults, I mean, you'd have your decent puzzles to make it fun, but
yeah.
I'm not sure how I'm going to do it in a bag because I don't know.
I was just going to ask you that.
I have plans in my head, but I think it's just as we get further in and more pockets, there's going to just be less color and everything. So,
that's very cool. So there is I just looked it up. There's a Twilight Sparkle, but not just Sparkle. So I think you're okay.
I'm good. I think I'm okay.
You're okay. Yeah. All right.
That's you're awesome. Up. My favorite topic.
Great idea. Steal this. Yes. So the next topic is steal this. So this would be something that you saw at an escape room, like or maybe a camp or whatever. And you're like, that's such a good idea. I'm going to steal that. So for my steal this, Tina and I on our trip, we went to Keystone Escape Games in Reno. And in one of their games, their hint system was a skeleton who talked. And it talked with this male voice. And come to find out, we had a female game master. And I was like, how'd you do that? And they said, we use the Zoom V3. And it's kind of a voice modulator. And it has different presets. You can change pitches, but it has preset voice modulations. And so we got that. We use it in one of our games. It's very cool. It's very there's a lot of different things you can do. So that is something I stole from them. I didn't steal the actual, just the idea, right? But yeah, he told me this is what we used. And I found out Another escape room that does something similar uses the same thing. So I picked one
Do you
up
need
and it's awesome.
Do you need a computer? Or does it do everything kind of on its own?
No, you're not hooking it up to the computer. You are putting your mic into it and you're running it to like the amp,
Your system,
but
then, yeah.
it's kind of its own little thing. It's a lot of times it's used for musicians. So musicians can do different effects
Well,
with their voice and that type of thing. But
whatever.
yeah, check it out. Zoom V3.
You bought one for your room. You guys are karaokeing it up at night at that.
Doing our
T-Pain.
That's right. Oh yeah.
Love it.
You gotta love the auto tune.
That's right.
So
the next topic that I have is set or game design. One of my favorite things to do. In fact, we are currently doing it right now in my new room that I am building. I love me some blacklight. And I know not everyone's for it, but we are entering this room. And this is actually, Kurt, this is one of the rooms you came up with at our last camp, and we're re-putting it in at this camp. But you walk in, there's black light, and the walls are covered in black light reactive paint, like UV paint.
Yep.
And the way we are painting it is you paint it a certain way and you outline everything in black, because then the players will wear chroma depth glasses. And these glasses make anything that is red, that's surrounded by black, pop out at you, and then blue kind of falls back. And so things look very 3D with it.
Yep.
But using that thing, and so when they walk in the room, like numbers are going to pop out at them that they probably, I mean, it'd blend in a little bit normally, but they'd really see it with the chroma depth glasses. We are tying in a whole story that the villain has set ultraviolet light, and so you have to wear protective eyewear when you go in. So it fits the theme of the story. But yeah, using blacklight and that, I just love it. I know we went and did a room in St. Louis. I think you've done this room, the Wizard of Oz room.
Yeah.
And you go into Oz and they use black lights and all these bright colors. It pops. It looks so good. I just love it.
Yeah. So, that was my favorite thing of that room. The chroma depth. Yeah. If you look it up, chroma depth 3D, you can see pictures, you can see videos. I think Meow Wolf has used it. I can't remember because we saw this at Transworld.
We did.
That company. I can't remember what the company name was.
Everyone was doing it. I felt like there was one place we got to walk through a maze and with the glasses.
Yep.
But it's like that year, like there were so many people doing it that we just.
And that's
like,
when I remember we walked through the maze and you're like, I want this.
Yeah, like whatever it is, I'm gonna find it. And I did. Found it.
You did. A big octopus.
I did.
It was very cool.
I need somebody to paint mine now. I had a good artist back at my other camp. I'm trying to find some now.
Yeah, artists are hard to come by, like good ones. That's a great idea. All right. My next, I guess, topic is kids or family idea. And this is something, so all of our games are, I would say, intermediate or above, right? We don't have any easy games. And so we don't really suggest that kids play here because all the puzzles are over their head. It's just too difficult. However, we do have people that will still bring their under 12 or under 10-year-olds. Like 12 is fine. 12 and up, or even 10 and up, I'm usually okay. But below that, it's hard. You almost have to design specifically for that. So I thought, at least for one of our games, our easier games, I decided, hey, we're going to put in an optional kids puzzle that they can do. And I actually got this idea from Philip Drake, who is another camp director. And he made escape rooms at his camp. So basically his thing was, those little aliens from Toy Story?
Yep.
Claw, we've been chosen. So he bought a bunch of those. They came in this bucket. I actually had to go to eBay to find them because Disney doesn't sell them anymore, but it's like a bucket of these little
bucket
figures.
of aliens.
Yes, exactly. So there's 4 different poses they come in. And I think there's like 10 or 12 of each of these poses.
Wow.
In his game, the kids collected them, found them all over, and then would put them on a shelf. And on the shelf, it had silhouettes of each of the poses. And so the first pose, maybe you found 4 of them. The second pose, you found 7 of those aliens. And then the next one, 3. So it's basically that is what would open a lock. 4, 7, 3, and maybe you found 9. I did the same thing, except I use an ammo box. And I'd go into the room, I'd hide the aliens. It's our space game, right? So I hide the aliens everywhere. They're in the boxes that are opened, but you can't collect them all until the end, right? It's kind of, they're throughout the whole room. Then you bring them, and on the side of the ammo box are the poses, the silhouettes of the poses. And the kids or whoever, what I have found out is pretty much everybody plays.
Yeah, adults love that.
And then they kind of put them in order of the poses, and that opens the lock to the ammo box. And inside the ammo box is a little stuffed alien or something that they can take home with them. That is something we thought, it's just like when I see somebody who's a kid in a group, because when they register, they put how many adults, how many teens, how many kids. And if I see kids, then I contact them. I'm like, we got this bonus puzzle. Do you want me to put it in the game? Because it does take a little extra setup. And always they're like, yes, please.
How big are these little aliens? They're not like small like your ducks, are they?
No, they're I'd say like 3 inches high.
Okay.
Yeah. I had to put little, so we have in that room, we have like a grate that things can slip down under. So I had to put these little bases. I had to screw bases on them so they wouldn't slip through there. It's fun. They enjoy it.
I like that. I do like that. I would do it. Forget the kids.
Right. we had this one family that came in, 2 teens, 2 parents, and the kid who was like 9. The teens got into it more than because they were worried the kid would just be bored and everything else. No, the 9-year-old was kind of getting into the whole room, and the teens, especially the teen girl, she's the one that was collecting them all. She solved it. She's like, look what I got. I got the little alien. She kept it. The 9-year-old's like, whatever. I'm good. So it was funny.
Yeah. Now I can say I have one just like that for our escape room. They got to find fish, and once they put them all on the little sensor, it opens a puzzle. So
nice,
it's a big hit.
Yeah, collecting, kids love to collect stuff. It's that Easter egg mentality. Let me just search and find. Yep.
All right, last topic for the magazine style is merch ideas. And
this is all you, man. You love your merch.
You know it. And if this is the first time listening to this, you have no idea what I'm going to say. But if you've listened to our podcast before, you know exactly what I'm going to say. 100%. Every place should have them. Stickers. I don't know why you don't. They are cheap. People collect them. They stick them on their water bottles. It is great marketing. Everyone should have stickers. And I prefer Sticky Brand, stickybrand.com. We've used a lot of different kinds at our camp, and sitting out in the sun or getting washed a lot of them will wash off the water bottles, and we have not had that issue with Sticky Brand stickers. Don't get a square circle one, get the custom cutout ones. They do not cost extra to have them custom cut out, and get them for your themes, because I will collect. I don't just get your logo, get your themes for your rooms, because every room I do, I want to collect a sticker. I think everyone should do it, but
I would for sure was thinking you were going to say silicone bracelets.
Hate them. Absolutely. Which still makes me, every time in fact, they just opened a new room and I need to go back. That place we went to that we stole the idea for the Puzzle Emporium that throws the balls in and gets points. Well, they had some kind of, I don't even remember how you did it, but like you could enter a contest to win a sticker or to win a t-shirt. And I think you just straight up asked them, like, I don't want that dumb bracelet. Can I have a sticker? And they gave it to you. And it still makes me mad to this day, because I'm like, why did I not ask for a sticker too? I just keep collecting their dumb bracelets.
Here was the thing with their sticker, though. It didn't have the name. It just had like this logo that you wouldn't really associate with them. But there was no name. So every time like I see that sticker, I'm like, where is that from?
That's right.
Where's that from? And then I had to kind of go back and like, oh, wait a minute. Yep, I remember. Anywho, yeah, no, definitely stickers.
I'm sad.
We've got stickers with the logo. We definitely need to get room specific
Yep.
stickers. Sometimes it's hard because like we have the game The Inheritance, and I'm like,
Mhm.
what would the sticker be for that? What? And so
What
there are
is your?
certain
Because you can have like a treasure chest or something, and just the name. AI that bad dog. Tell it what your theme is,
that's
and tell it to come
true.
up with a sticker.
That's
Um,
true.
it's kind of tied in with that, and we do this at camp. We have a water bottle with spaces for the stickers, and so we made little triangle stickers for all of our programs here at camp. So as you do the programs, you can get like, so as you do blowguns, if you get a
Oh,
certain amount of points, you get a free sticker there. If you're at archery and you hit the bullseye, you get a free sticker, and you can add that to your water bottle. I think national parks do this too. So I think that's where I stole the idea from.
so it
They
has like
have,
little
as you know,
outlines for
has little
the.
outlines on the water bottle. So you could
That's
have something
cool.
like that, and you make all the stickers. So as you do the room, you can, you buy the water bottle and then start collecting the stickers. And you come back,
Nice.
and you'd have what, 4 rooms you got now, but over the years, like, oh, I got a new room to put on here, and
Right. I like that.
it'd be
That's a
cool.
good idea.
But I don't know. I would do it. I would collect it.
Yeah, you would. All right. Well, that was our first magazine edition. Hopefully, you enjoyed it, listeners.
No,
If not, then
too bad.
yeah,
We don't get paid, so you, you
it's
get what you
all
get, and you
free,
don't throw a
man.
fit.
That's such a dad thing to say. Cool.
Oh,
All right.
all right.
I think that's it.
Cool. Well, that's the last ladle of mystery soup for now. Keep your wits about you and your magnifying glass handy. We'll see you soon.
See ya.
Mystery Soup. Mystery Soup. Mystery Soup.